Wonderful to be here at the Comedy Cellar, speaking with you. A lot of people have a fear of public speaking. Have you heard about that? Me and my OCD, I have a fear of how many mouths have been so close to this microphone. Better. Yeah, I have OCD. I've been labeled with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. I used to seek traditional therapy, but at some point I decided to choose something a little different therapeutic approaches. You know, I take a comedy class. I like personal growth. And I like to stroke my clitoris. Yeah, you know, being in personal growth, I realized that the way we see things affects our experience of life, yeah? And then being in a comedy class, I end up seeing everything as hilarious, even the irritating things. In fact, I play a game with myself. I say to myself, is it irritating or is it hilarious? I do this on the New York City streets. For instance, there's a guy, he's haunting me on 7th Avenue. He's like, Sarah Jane, Sarah Jane, Sarah Jane. What is he really saying? Spare change, spare change, spare change. Is it irritating or is it hilarious? Or then what about my first ethnic slur? Yeah, I was walking down the street and I accidentally tripped a woman. She said, "Goddamn Ashkenazi!" I was like, that's so offensive. And yet, how did she know I'm an Ashkenazi Jew? I feel so seen. Is it irritating or is it hilarious? And then what about this? The first time, or basically the only time, I got a condom stuck in my vagina. Is it irritating? Is it hilarious? Or is it amazing? When I was in the hospital, everybody was crowded around the doctors and nurses. They were so impressed with how far up and how big that condom was. You know, the doctor asked, were you using a new condom? I was like, of course I was using a new condom. Is that a thing? Do people recycle condoms? He was asking if we were using a new brand of condoms. Is it irritating or is it hilarious? I mentioned I like to stroke my clitoris, yeah? Anybody out? No, I'm just kidding. I mentioned I like to stroke my clitoris. And I actually have a business. I call it Caress, and I lead people through a practice of stroking their genitals. My tagline for Caress, a business doing pleasure with you. Yeah, you know, I was worried in the beginning. I started this about 3 years ago, and I was worried about posting around. I'm on a text thread, and there are a lot of religious people. And I wondered, like, should I post about Caress or should I not? Well, anyway, I put an advertisement up on the thread. And as soon as I wrote about Caress, a Catholic nun contacted me. And she said, "You're doing God's work." Yeah, who knew? The hand on my clit is actually the hand of God. You know, the way you see things affects your experience. That's my time. Thanks, everybody.